Come to the other side. Don't force it when you're torquing things. All you want to do is just get it snugged till it clicks. Start forcing it, and then you start ending up with over torques. And then your clutch is grabbing when you're in neutral. Essentially, all you're doing is torquing this bolt to bottom out. Because if you over torque the shit out of it, it'll grab in neutral and it'll do all type of weird things. Just start to feel it bottom out. Boom, done. I just torqued this one, right? This one's torqued. No, this is the next one. Bottom out. Give it the biscuit. Get out of there, baby. These are 9/16 bolts, and I'm using a 14, but my 14's egged out, so good, it works. I don't really carry a lot of American sockets. Everything nowadays is metric after 96, but you get some mixed in metric stuff in these 80s vehicles. Just kind of crazy. All right, here we go. Boom, that's it. All of them are torqued down, and that's the clutch install. Now we're going to go back over. We're gonna get our line thrown in for our slave. And then we are gonna, as soon as we get the line thrown in, we're gonna leave the slave off with the line in there, bolt the line up to the top of the master, and it's easier to feed the line in right now with the transmission out. So we're gonna go ahead and feed the line in, put the transmission in, get the transmission all bolted back in, and go to town. All right, so here we go. We got our new line. Which freaking way does it go? This way goes up, so you're gonna put this side up, and that's how we're gonna do it. So you're gonna feed it up through here. Do not have to go like that, or like this. This line is gonna go up. There's a line here and here. You're gonna get it above that. Behind the bastard. Why is it stuck? There's a bracket there you gotta get by. It's stuck. See, could you imagine doing this with a transmission in it? And that'd be fun. Get right there like this. Behind it like this. This line has to go over, and it's gonna twist up. Shit, man, it may be easier to just feed it down. Which doesn't make any sense because I literally don't understand why it doesn't want to fit. I don't understand why it doesn't want to fit. Yes, it is going the right way. Try to shove it in the way it's supposed to go. Maybe that will help. Okay, there we go. There it is. Okay, well, not entirely sure what's going on there. Let's go up top and get it finessed in. Sweet. That's how it goes, just like that. Now we are gonna go up top and put it in up top first and then come back down for the training. The semi-decent sized jobs. It's stuff that's not on the internet.
There you go. Cool.
We'll put it all on page. The
Yeah.
YouTube special.
Yeah, so I was very, very happy to see that bronze clock go.
Fancy clock. Okay. Right. So we're back in here. It's gonna be a 12. Get this up in there, snug it up. Come on. Remember when I said you gotta get the right parts? There it is. Let's get started here. Dude, what the hell? What kind of fitting was on there? Did I cut it off? I did cut it off. Make sure this over here is straight. Oh, bitch. They get soaked with fluid, it's a pain in the ass. My hand's also fucked. Dude, what in the hell? Should fit. I don't understand. Pete, I spent an hour diagging a truck this morning that was here for a fucking
What the fuck are you doing?
breathalyzer.
The fuck is this shit?
What the fuck is what?
This shit.
It's recording, just so you know.
I know.
Okay.
I'm supposed to ask you the same question.
I'm recording everything. I want everything recorded that I do now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't want fucking saying I did something I didn't do.
Go. Is it live stream?
Yeah. No. Nope, we are not doing that.
You're doing a good job.
Fuck off.
You do the best work here.
I'm the fucking best.
OG.
Why do you like the OG so much? What are you never heard that? You're not even that old, Pete. Pizza man, bro. Electrical, pizza electrical. He does all the electrical. As you can tell, it's the first day I got the YouTube up. Here. I'm doing the real-time repairs. Okay, we got it. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to get that sucker to catch. For a second there, I thought I had the wrong fitting on the line. Sometimes you gotta change the fitting, believe it or not. What they'll do is they'll make a line that'll go into their aftermarket metric, thread or American thread, depending on what their aftermarket one is. So you have to replace everything, or you can use the old fitting. But this fitting is made for this, so we're in business. We're gonna snug this all the way down, and get back underneath over here. Tuck the line up underneath where it goes. It's already tucked behind the firewall. There's supposed to be a bolt through the firewall. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. There wasn't one on the old line, which sucked. There's really no easier way to do this. You just get it up in there. Like this. Bada boom. Bada boom. Worked perfect.
Yeah, I guess that asshole with that black lifted truck is a breathalyzer customer.
Well, make sure you at least tell the guy he's gonna die if he keeps driving that thing like that, because that wheel's gonna fall off that fucking truck. It's so bad.
For a second there, I thought I was gonna have to switch the fucking.
Yourself a 12 line wrench. Get it in there. Snug it down with a 12 line wrench. And you're good to go. This reservoir was just sitting like this, so we're gonna put it just sitting back like this. Hoopty hoopty hoopty. And now our line's in there. We have to figure out what's going on with the firewall, and then we're gonna go down underneath, put the transmission back in. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure. Should have put it behind that. Shit. I mean, I guess it's not. That's gonna bolt in. No, that's gonna bolt in there. And then that's gonna bolt in there. Alright. So now we can put our transmission back on. There's a bunch of shit in the way. We're gonna make the bunch of stuff not be in the way anymore. And then snug this sucker back up in there before lunchtime. Now obviously I already had it out, so I'm not worried about that. This can be here. This line is going to be annoying, but we're going to have to just work with it. Same with this. This is just going to sit on top, bolts through the transmission. Tranny Jack has seen better days. That is for sure. I would love to just get this to just stay up out of the way. Okay, that's perfect. So, taking the tranny out, you're gonna have to take the transfer case off if it's four-wheel drive, which is essentially what we did here. Gonna be a little trickier make sure it's in gear so you can spin the front shaft. You'll be able to that's neutral. It should be in gear. It's in gear. So you want to hold the front shaft when you're doing that, spin the rear shaft so that I can spin the rear shaft to lock those in. The only other thing I have to do now before we go all the way up is throw the throw-out bearing and the fork back in. I like to get everything set before I do that. So you have a fork, fork, throw-out bearing. I've already greased it, so everything's got smushed. I had already cleaned the bell housing, so you just want to wipe it off. Flat center it out. There's 2 flat marks, goes on like that, and then you're going to slip the whole thing right in like this. And then there's a little screw on take the fork out on one of these. You have this piece and this piece that go on and screw on to hold the fork on. Get a little flat screwdriver to spin it on. So give you a little bit of grease for each one of your hoopties to go on in there. Grease on the splines. Right on the tip of the spline. once that's all back in, that's it. Now you put them up. Hopefully this transmission jack doesn't get stuck all the way up, so I can go up and down with it. Rub it on the exhaust a little bit. So our angle's gonna be a little off, which is fine because it's pretty good right there. We're into the throat. Push it forward a little bit. This is where we're gonna have to go up a little. In. Believe it or not, that's pretty good. Making sure everything's off it. Spin it. I got no answer.
Huh?
I got no answer right now. Maybe 5 minutes I'll have an answer, but
Alright, I'll come back to you.
I'm not gonna read it this second. I'm trying to see why. Okay, there it is. So now we're stuck on the shaft. What are we stuck on now? We're up too high. There it is. There it is. Like a glove? Self bolt. Bolt there. Bolt there. Maybe not. I'm not sure why. There's one there, right there. Same thing on this side. Self one here. The biggest thing putting a transmission in is don't be afraid of it. As long as you have a capable transmission jack, it's not gonna fall out. Get a ratchet strap. We're going anywhere. So now she's got 4 bolts threaded. So 14 millimeter. 9/16. Okay, so with 2 bolts on this side, you're gonna have to maybe loosen back up to get the bracket on for the wires. But she's in there. We're gonna take this jack down. We're gonna put it on a screw jack so I can, because the screw jack does not allow me to, does not block the bolts for the transfer case. And then we're gonna put our top bolts in first, then put the transfer case on and go from there. All right, so now we are going to slide. Now we are going to slide in our transfer case after we put our 2 bell housing bolts in, and then we will push everything up. There's 2 bolts that go in the top, and then we're gonna put our transfer case in, bolt that up, and shift it up, put the mount back in. First, we're gonna take it off of the tranny mount, do our thing here. So we got our clutch in, we got our new slave in, bled, clutch is working beautiful. Go for a test drive real quick, pull it out. I had did a new U-joint on the back of the drive shaft because it was blown out. And when you do a U-joint, you check for pinion play. There was no pinion play, but when you go for a road test, smoked. So yeah, so smoked, the gear sheared. In my opinion, it was like that, but when you tow a vehicle in and the customer doesn't tell you it's making noise in the rear, you don't look for a fucking noise in the rear when you're doing a whole differential. So we're going to be doing a differential rebuild on this sucker, which is going to be great. Typical old stuff. Clutch works great though. Everything's money up in here. Transfer case goodie, everything's goodie. Back in its home. New oil pan. Looking fresh, looking good, no leaks. On to the next one. Another Ford. Well, that was a Chevy, but Ford diesels were in there today.